I'm in Southern Virginia at Grayson Highlands State Park at the Massey Gap parking. I think I showed about 4,000 feet. It's already pretty high up, even though Southern Virginia in July you'd think it'd be really hot. Only 72 degrees right now. Right, about to do my 13th high point, Mount Rogers, highest point in Virginia, at about 5,700 feet. I believe it's 5,789. I think it's a 9 mile out and back, partially on the Appalachian Trail, and it looks like a really cool area. And then we'll continue on to get some more southern high points, but should be a decent hike today. Wilburn Ridge. Wilburn Ridge. Crest. Rogers. Starting off on Rhododendron Trail. Seems like there's a lot of hikers out there. So for 13th high point, this is actually one of the highest I've started. I think it was 4,400 feet or something like that. Usually for the New England ones, you're starting out lower and just climbing a lot more. This one, you already take quite a bit of the workout. Yeah, so it's been almost 2 years. Couldn't really get it done last year because a lot of the national parks were closed or had restrictions due to COVID. But should be planning on doing 8 high points for this whole trip, actually in the next 4 days. Today's day 1, and then 3 tomorrow. That'll be an ambitious day. 2 more Saturday, and then 2 more Sunday to wrap it up. But out of the southern Appalachians, this is the only one you actually cannot drive to within a mile of the top. So, you know, I don't think this hike will be too hard, but you do have to earn it a bit, unlike the other ones. All right, half a mile in, intersection with the Appalachian Trail. Right here. Take the Appalachian Trail southbound to Mount Rogers. Pretty cool markings. Very open. A lot of fields and stuff. Really nice view over that way. It's seems pretty cool so far. Very cool up here in the meadows. Surprised how open this all is, because Appalachian Trail, you think green tunnel, woods the entire time, but it's pretty open up here. The Grayson Highlands. So far it's mostly been a pretty easy trail, but a little rockier right here. About 300 feet gain so far on this first mile, so pretty gradual. You can kind of see a trail intersection way up there. A lot of horse poop. It's where the wild ponies, wild horses come in. Hopefully you get to see some of those. Not sure if that little peak up there is Mount Rogers, or if it's up to the left. So I was right over there like half a mile ago, now about a mile in, and continue heading towards the summit. I've seen my first wild horse, pony, not sure which one it is, up there, so that's exciting. This is so cool so far. Just wide open like this is not something you expect out of the eastern US. It's much more of a Western or European kind of vibe. Being able to see the trail where you just were across the highlands is really cool. It's probably like 4,800 feet or so, 4,700 feet right now. So cool. This guy's coming over here. lots of trail intersections here. Got the horse trails intersection with the AT and the rhododendron gap trail. This guy coming to see his friends over here. See you guys. Alright, gonna continue on the AT. These guys look like they on the wrong sides of the fence. Gonna continue on. Looks like it's gonna thunderstorm maybe. So that would not be fun. But you know, if I stayed as long as I wanted to admire these views and ponies or horses or whatever they are, then I would be here forever. And we're gonna go in the woods. Maybe that's the highlight actually, but that was one of the coolest miles I've walked, so that was amazing. Absolutely pouring out. Heard some thunder. It's kind of scary. About 2 miles in. So yeah, super foggy. Hope this storm-like weather kind of subsides. Alright, so it poured for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Then stopped a bit, started pouring again. Looks like it's actually clearing up really well because you couldn't see that way like 5 minutes ago. But this way which is towards the summit, is still quite foggy. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. The thunder, very loud, so that's kind of scary. About halfway to the summit. Okay, 2.65 miles in, an hour, 10 minutes. Hear the thunder. So, over halfway to the summit. On-off downpours. Visibility is getting pretty low, super foggy. Not ideal conditions at all. Super foggy. 3.1 miles in. I think 1.3 to go to the summit. At 1.8 when it started pouring, thundering, I was worried, but this isn't too bad. I am a little cold. Did not expect that July 1st in Southern Virginia. Alright, 3.9 miles into the hike. I think climbed about, shows 1,600 feet gain, but there's been a bit of downhill 600 feet loss and a lot of flat sections. So that puts me at about, I think, 5,400 feet. So about 300, 400 to the summit. 3.9, so I believe about 0.6, 0.7 to the summit. And now on this blue trail, off the Appalachian Trail, but I'll be back here pretty soon because this is an out and back. Last mile, really not too bad. Either light rain or no rain at all. Still extremely foggy and no views, and I don't think that's going to change going even further up. But I'm grateful that it was a lot less exposed, actually. The Grayson Highlands part was very exposed, and that was kind of tough to be in the pouring rain. I'm no longer like super cold. I am a little chilly just because I'm wet, but this isn't really bad at all. So I'm gonna do this last little bit to the summit and then make my way back. Very dark in here. Lots of pines now. Completely different. Oops, forgot to resume my watch. Completely different scenery than really anything so far. Very, very interesting hike. Alright, here it is, Mount Rogers summit. I don't remember the elevation. There's nothing marked up here. Actually, I thought this couldn't be the summit at first, but I walked both ways. The trails end, and there's kind of this like geological marker thing up on this rock. So right here, highest point in Virginia, Mount Rogers, 5,700 something feet. I think 5,000. It's 5,789. I'll put the elevation right there. So that's 13 high points down, 37 to go, and good to be resuming the high pointing journey after a 2-year hiatus. We'll be back at it tomorrow in North Carolina. It's really interesting. So you're in the open highlands with grass for 2 miles, and then you kind of dip in and out of the trees after that, but with some views on the side. Obviously no views today. And then this last half mile just in these deep, dense pine forest, and top of Virginia, you're still in a forest even though you have those really pretty views there. This is kind of an underwhelming summit, considering that first mile is just so scenic, open, unique, and the wild horses. But overall, just the changes between mile 2, first 2 miles, next 2 miles, and then this last little bit, very interesting. Absolutely unique. Overall really cool. This is definitely one of the better hikes and high points I've done, since there's a lot of kind of underwhelming ones. As in terms of summits, this is definitely not the best. Interesting for this one, the highlights are kind of down below. So there's that marker here. Whoa. Alright, so that's gonna, yeah, 13 high points. Accomplishment right here. Top of Virginia, top of Mount Rogers. Crazy fog, crazy rain. Not gonna be fun changing out of this. I hope it's not raining down at the campground. that's gonna wrap up this video. See you in North Carolina.